ridiculous in those sort of circumstances. So compositionally, I think that Nongshim have set themselves up some really, really great stuff. Seraphine fell through the draft, which is real crazy. This is it's just a strange series. Wolf, I don't really necessarily understand. However, I do like, as you say, what Nongshim have put together. So let's see whether they can make it work as we hop onto the Rift for our final game of the series. 2018 was the last time that we saw this matchup. Good stuff. As Morgan's gonna flash, Peanut coming through for the level 2 gank. I like. And he flashes over. And okay,
oh, he has to go, right?
Surely.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, well, there's no flash, remember. Get some vision there with the pillar, one of its many great uses. Slice, dice, Morgan gets out scot-free. And now Chovy's going to turn up, and Peanut, no flash to get himself out of this one. Gravity Field is there, and a bit of yakety sax, but we get a crab rave for it as Chovy grabs first blood.
And not as bad reverse. Just going to see a little cracker call here. Don't think there's more than they can do, even with the 6.
Yep, Dr. Arm throwing out the ultimate as Vista gets the flash out of him. Very nicely done. Deft over to the side. Blade Whirl is available, though, so Deft looks a little bit silly after pressing the Killer Instinct button. Still able to poke them down underneath the turret. There's the crash down as Deft throws out the flame. Vista's going to die.
Yeah, but it was so well executed. That's a fun little all-in to see. Kind of turn on its head there. Really like to see it. Duck Dom getting fed again early. I mean, it's only 1 kill, but it's a good start.
Well, now Arthur is going to be running away. The Subjugate is down onto the Skarner as Morgan looking for some damage onto Rich. He's just going to farm behind this turret. Bay walks in, but he's very low. The Scat of the Week doesn't really work out. There's a Hex Flash from Vista. Headbutt, but the flash is out of the way of the Pulverize. Bay now, without a flash, is actually a big deal against a lane with Chovy in it. As Peanut comes through, puts down the pillar. Arthur now caught out of position. He's going to be taken down. We got to cue the yakety sax yet again.
Yeah, it looks
like... We're going to get bored of that song, man.
Yeah, it's overzealous if he wants to try to make a play here happen in mid because Bay is just so pushed, but he's going for it anyways.
Yep, we're not going to get stunned up here a little bit as immediately the Subjugate hasn't actually been used. I tell a lie, is now Arthur trying to run away. There's the crash down, Magnet Storm, and a very dead Scorpion. Chovy not quite able to offer enough damage back, and once again, Arthur finding himself with a 0-2 scoreline.
This is a little bit of a different situation here for Kellen as he tries to come in, but...
Yeah, there's the Pulverize. Kellen is going to go golden here as Peanut, now looking for a little bit more. Arthur lying in wait, still has the Impale available, I think, as there's the barrel. Chovy going to use his flash to taxi his way out. Morgan's farming on the top side, yes! So glad that we're looking at that as the disengage was successful in the mid lane.
Across the board is going to make this transition a lot easier.
Ooh, Arthur... being very sneaky is this Scorpion, as Deft over to the side. Immediately, Peanut's just going to flash away. Doesn't want anything to do with this, but still, they get under the turret, they take him down. Headbutt is going to create enough distance, and he's going to be taken. Morgan now looking for Doc Dom. The Magnet Storm used defensively is very nice from Kellen to keep Doc Dom alive. Whether it's going to be enough, though, is the question. As Killer Instinct comes down, Kellen gets the heal from Doc Dom, looking to try and keep him alive. The Blade Well's fantastic as well. Oh, my goodness, they are best friends on the bottom side. You just breathe on it just a little bit, but instead, Shirley's just going to cram her noggin into it. Rich now looking for a flanking play as the rest of Nongshim do converge. Fantastic pillar. And there's the Magnet Storm. This is what we were talking about. The headbutt back, though, onto the Rel is going to get her out of there. And Harmolife Esports with a fantastic answer.
I feel like as long as Arthur gets anybody with his suppression there, if he actually gets that all off, like, I mean, it's a 5v4 and there's so much damage, it's so stable.
Yeah, Morgan unfortunately doesn't get his dice, as he does at least have a Gore Drinker, which does keep him up for a little bit longer. Arthur now trying to help out. Chovy comes down and he's just going to pick up the pieces. Morgan actually happy to dive back in, as Gravity Field's going to stop this Gragas from doing anything, and that's in fact just a double kill for the Renekton.
Great end up talking it if he did. Well, he's just so hard to kill.
Well, Kellen's in once again, does find a decent stun there with the Attract Repel, but now that the Aftershock is down, he's a little bit squishy. Vista finds a 2-man Pulverize, but will get stunned on the back end. There's the headbutt away onto Doctor, but now he's looking for Deft. Does get interrupted there with the Chaos Storm, but finally ticks down. I think that was the last bit of a Cathian Rain falling there from Deft from beyond the grave, and that is going to secure that one.
We've had better Gragas game from him.
Yep, that's the dead Samira. She's real dead. Smeared on the Rift. Currently is Harmolife Esports now.
It would be, in theory, as I think we're going to watch this one more time, or nope, we're going a little bit further back. It's just stuff getting picked. This is a really nice play by Arthur. The follow flash there.
Yeah.
She picks, and they failed multiple times, and now they're just going to call him a map.
Yep. Now that cask actually landed. That hit like 5 people. Definitely trying to make up for lost time as the Magnet Storm comes in, but a little bit defensive there from Kellen as they move on back. The Chaos Storm ripping them to shreds. As Morgan's just playing body block here for this one, as this Baron is getting taken down extraordinarily quickly. Arthur's health bar as well is suffering, but now the fight is on. Kellen trying to get out, does crash down his way to safety as Chovy gets himself out of there, but that's a great scat of the week, but still not quite able to get any of these kills. They looking for it, and Dr. still trying to catch up, and this is what a fight looks like without the Samira there. Barrels coming through, gravity field's fantastic though, as Vista is just dead. As Def now finds himself in a choke point, and the Samira grabs herself a double kill. I think there was an opportunity for Harmalife to get out of there.
Yes.
And everyone else is actually doing pretty well, aside from Vista there on the bottom side. But Sport Gold, not exactly quite as relevant, as Def is now looking for Peanut, Attract Repel to give him that extra defensiveness. Morgan does find the flank, but now he finds himself in amongst 5 people. But he's a Renekton with a Gore Drinker, and he's doing pretty well because of that fact. Chovy raining the death rays down as Rich looking to try and get out of there. The Impale not quite able to get the value as Deft is frontlining, but there's the Killer Instinct to get him out. The gameplay button nowhere near enough from Bay as Rich clinging to life as best he can. And they do manage to take down the cow, but Morgan has now found Doctarm. That was just an afterthought of a Culver Meek to take down the Renekton, to take down the Gragas. And now Doctarm, he can't really get too many S ranks there as Morgan is just way too big. 5-0-4 on the Renekton.
2 minutes and 20 away from that. Baron's up soon. And Nongshim they cannot be out here like this.
Well, Peanut is trying to keep himself alive, but he's going to get impaled. Brought on back in. Deft is free hitting. The Troll is going to go down. And now Kellen does all that he can with all of his buttons, but it's not enough to save the Troll. And Harmalife, they've taken down the jungler, and guess what that means?
If you're Nongshim, you have to fight for this spot. Your chances of winning it are so low. I mean, you saw Peanut sit back in his chair and have that cheeky laugh because he knows this game is falling out of his control.
Yeah, Vista off to the side. He's going to buy a fair bit of time here as he headbutts Kellen back. The Baron has been taken down. Sacrificial cow. And you will be missed, my friend. Does buy enough time to make sure the Baron is free.
Shouldn't be shown on TV. Like, I mean,
I'm frightened about what happens when Morgan presses this Gore Drinker button. That's going to be real scary as he's fighting Rich towards the bottom side. Yeah, Peanut dies. That was in the blink of an eye. I had a brief glance towards the battle between the Gragas and the Renekton, and Peanut was dead as Rich does a bit of a sad B, and you can understand exactly why. Harmalife bearing down on the Nexus turrets now. 2 inhibitors taken very, very swiftly.
Well, this has been a series, Atlas.
It has.
Esports really ran away with this third game. This is the decisive victory they were looking for.
Well, here's the last-ditch effort. Chovy's just going to press his denial button to Rich, who's just going to die subsequently. And now Morgan looking to take down Samira, who is just going to get impaled and brought back. Bay just trying to keep himself alive as Peanut is back into the thick of things yet again. And yeah, Vista's going to die. The 0-6 cow is very unhappy as Deft is also going to try his luck going golden here on the fountain, and he will also be taken as everyone just funneling in to have a bit of fun. And I think that really does epitomize what has been a very fun series for both of these teams. As Arthur, maybe just tap the Nexus a couple of times, please, as Chovy's going to get that work done.
And take it out, but take a look at the post-game and the damage outputs here. Look at Chovy's damage. Like, that's what I'm talking about. He was unpunished because the Renekton gave so much space in every single fight because he was so fed and had his Sterox so early that Chovy was able to do tons in this game. He was ahead early. You mentioned it. He was like 2,000 gold ahead at like, maybe 13 to 15 minutes, something like that. He was massively ahead early. And then Renekton gave him all the space to just keep getting further and further ahead. It was pretty incredible what the two of them were able to do. And then, Def's job was just to clean up. And that he did.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, and Hana Life Esports got their 6th win of the split. So let's take a look at their draft first. We had a lot of jungle picks getting banned out. Maybe a Mumu coming out, but it's the Trundle versus Garner in this game. Very off-meta picks coming out. Very unorthodox picks, but Trundle has been having a lot of appearance in the solo queue in the current meta, but we have to also point out that Nongshim has to kind of tidy up their performance, not only Peanut but as a whole team. We're seeing a lot of target ban over a specific player. That's because other players doesn't really put a lot of pressure onto the opponents. So I think Hana Life kind of read the situation of Nongshim Redforce, that they are very reliant on Peanuts, and that was really well attacked in this game with the ban cards. So in conclusion, unlike other meta picks in the jungle, Trundle is so slow with the camp clear, so he really needs to make a lot of actions in the early phase. Maybe he has to get a kill, maybe he has to participate in a kill, but he was not able to make that early game action go off. Nongshim is a team that relies on the damage output from Peanuts. Trundle did not look like a perfect kind of fit for the team's concept. So we could see that limit of Trundle pick in the games. Peanut was looking for some all-in play here, but it didn't really work out well. Trundle invested his flash to walk out of the opponent's vision. It was really smart because he also knew that there was a ward in the rush. And we thought this was a kill, to be honest. However, things could have been a lot better if they had allocated their CC more efficiently. Well, they used their pillar and body slam at the same time. So Hana Life was easily able to turn this fight around, and Victor started to get killed in the very early phase of the game, which allows him to empower his skills and damage a lot faster. So if you consider that Trundle is a pick that really needs a kill in the early phase, well, they had to be more delicate setting up that kill in the early gank. You have to kind of keep in mind that you guys have two tools in order to lend the crowd control, and you guys should have been a lot more precise with that plan. And let's take a look how Hana Life kind of solidified their lead. This fight starts off with Deft stepping forward and landing some skills onto Peanut. And then Morgan joins the fight with his TP, being the sole member on the front line. Maybe Trundle could have focus fired on one target using his ultimate and everything, but Hana Life at that point of the game was way too ahead of Nongshim Redforce, so they were pushing the issue forward based on their confidence. Even though Hana Life did drop game number 1, I think Deft also showed a decent performance. And also, Morgan was doing a fantastic work on the top lane, subbing in game number 2. And we could see the confidence coming out from Hana Life esports and executing the dive play based on their comp. Hana Life, but this game was not clean, but indeed they did get a win. So let's take a look at the POG, and it's going to be Morgan, back-to-back POG, going over to this young top player. He won his first POG in game number 2, and he is now the solo POG for today's series on the side of Hana Life Esports. Well, we actually stated wrong in the game 2, and it's Dudu who has a very low win rate together with Hana Life, and Morgan is the one who always has a lot of wins when he gets to play with his Hana squad. Morgan is just so good on this champion. He knows how to zone out the DPS in the backline, and also he never really falls to the enemies. Morgan is somehow slightly better than other kind of ordinary Renekton players. He has a lot of amount of proficiency in this pick. And first unanimous vote going over to Morgan for today's perfect performance.